Yeah, what's up, everybody? I really need a haircut. Anyway, uh, something, just an update sort of thing. Let's see. So, that's right. It is time for BronyCon, my first My Little Pony convention.
You probably clicked on this video wondering, saturated, why the hell are we watching a BronyCon video? And let me tell you, I've been feeling a little bit nostalgic lately. And this series of videos came out 8 years ago, Nathan's BronyCon Adventures. And as the name suggests, it follows around a character named Nathan on his trip to the BronyCon convention in Baltimore, Maryland. And I remember watching this video several years ago. This came out 8 years ago, and I probably watched this video 7 years ago, 6 years ago, somewhere around that timeline. And there are certain points throughout this video that are still inside jokes with me and my friends who watched this video initially. Now I want to get out of the way from the very start. Nathan is not a deplorable person. He's not a bad guy. So don't go out of your way to go harass him. I just think that the whole concept of bronies is hilarious, and I think a lot of the things that happen in this video are hilarious. I think it's perfectly justifiable for me to make fun of his hobby and his interest in this because I deem it odd. And yes, I'm not going to be somebody that is going to sit here and accept everything, every crazy thing that somebody wants to do. That's not my prerogative. I'm going to say when I think something's weird or odd or distasteful. Either way, I think this might not be the last time we see Nathan in a video of mine. Because when I found his channel again, I started binge watching a lot of his more recent air quote videos. And he typically just does like Thomas the Tank Engine voiceover videos. So, like, it's not my cup of tea, but there's just some gems in there. And, you know, I might have to come back and excavate the rest. But without further ado, I present to you Nathan's BronyCon adventure.
To watch on the plane to Baltimore. Probably gonna take these. Not Dash, but gotta pack these as well. There's everything. Boarding passes for...
Okay, so we gotta set some ground rules here. He's gonna watch 3 CD set or DVD set of a Thomas the Tank Engine movie on the plane. That sounds pretty good. He's got some of his ponies that he might tack along. But the one thing that really intrigues me is the pill bowl. Holy moly. His dad is just consuming so many pills. And I guess I should discuss the dynamic of this relationship. So him and his dad are going on this trip together. I don't think we ever hear about his mom. I haven't watched enough of his videos to be able to say that for certain. I don't really know. Not in the picture in my mind. I'm not going to get too deep into it. Either way, it's these two. And it doesn't really feel like a father-son relationship in my point of view. We'll get into some of the aspects as to why. But they're both, you know, they're both very obese. And I'm curious because I watched a more recent video where they talked about being on like food stamps and all that. And I'm not here to shame anything like that. But clearly they had enough funds to be able to go on this trip. And then a couple years after that, they were starting to struggle. So I don't know what happened in between now and then. That just might be a future video to get into. But let's keep on going.
Morning, everybody. It is currently 5:08 in the morning. I just woke up, literally tired as hell, but ready to go.
He's ready, guys. He woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's super early. Now, that's a little bit earlier than when I wake up to go to work every day. But, hey, he probably hasn't done it ever. I don't even know how old Nathan is in this video. I would guess he's probably like mid-teens, 16, 17 would be my guess. I can't be certain because I don't even know how old he is now. And it's really hard to tell, but for some reason, in all these clips when they're inside the apartment, their TV's just running nonstop. You know, you have to have that filler noise. I understand that. I turn on random old nostalgic videos such as this when I'm eating something, so my loneliness doesn't take over. So I relate to that.
Just a nice morning. He doesn't really approve of the whole brony thing, but he's taking me anyway.
And there's his dad, the other character in our story. It's an interesting dynamic, to say the very least. But the concept of my dad definitely would not take me to this. I know that for certain. And it's not even the fact of whether or not he thinks it's weird, which it is. It's the concept of paying this much money to go to this thing. I've never understood these conventions a whole lot because, like, you just go to a convention hall to hang out with other people and maybe send some, like, Q&As with people. I don't know. It seems like a big waste of money and time to me, personally. I've never understood any of this stuff, and maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's for other people. But I also don't like the concept that this show that BronyCon is centered around is targeted to, like, 6-year-old girls, yet the demographic of people there are gonna be young men. It weirds me out. I don't like it a whole lot. You know, I'm sure it's relatively harmless, but how certain can I be? It just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I'm sure that's what is running through his dad's head right now, where he's just like, where could have I possibly have gone wrong? But we're going to learn pretty quickly that these two are twined together on the same piece of string.
Right, so we've gotten... My hand is really queer. Okay, so we've gotten into the gates. We have to find ours, and then we're going to go get some breakfast. So, ready, Dad? I'm ready.
He's not ready. I'm ready. He's just trying to enjoy his last moments of freedom before people associate him with being inside a BronyCon convention, which is completely understandable. You know, that social stigma might get you thrown and become an outcast. Not a great idea, but cherish it while you can.
Alright, so we just had our breakfast.
You got a fingerprint on the lens.
Yeah, I know. And, what better way to eat breakfast in an airport than McDonald's?
Original.
His dad is just the ultimate troll at this point. You got a thumbprint on your lens. Yeah, this video sucks. How original of us to eat McDonald's in the airport. It's just, ooh. And, you know, it's fair, but we have to remember, this came out in, like, 2014, so it's almost 9 years since this video came out, so it's not horrible, and I'll be honest, you know, I need to get some of your guys' opinion in here. Am I the only one that just loves these types of vlogs? Regardless of what it is, I can just sit there and watch these things non-stop. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not a brony. I actually have probably disdain for the whole idea of being a brony. Yet, here I am, watching through all 5 million parts of this series. You know, I just can't help myself.
Okay, so we're about to board the plane. Ready?
I'm severely worried about this flight. How are they gonna fit in 2 seats? That's my first question. I would really hope that they would buy 3, or maybe sometimes smaller flights, you know, they live in Florida. Sometimes smaller flights will be 2 seats a row, but I can't imagine flying from wherever they are in Florida, Tampa, to Baltimore is gonna be a 2-seater per row. I can't imagine that. So I hope to God that they bought 3 seats, but unfortunately I couldn't get a good enough angle to tell. All I could tell is that the dad was sitting next to the window and Nathan was sitting in the middle seat. Maybe both seats. I don't really know. But either way, we are finally getting to Baltimore. Of course they would take the moving floor. No need to walk.
You gotta use up your memory card before you ever get it.
Look at the guy's face. The man has a face of pure contempt. He just cannot believe what he's turning around to. You can also see, it looks like in the distance, the mom is taking a picture of her 2 daughters. Or maybe there's 3, I can't really tell. 2 daughters. And this guy is turning around to see 2 massive orbs videotaping their entire surroundings. Oh, man. Oh, these are the types of clips that I need to make this worth my time. It's little trinkets, you know. It's like you're laying in the Mojave Desert. It's so hot out, and then you just get one little raindrop to bide your time for just a little bit longer. That's what I need.
What up, everybody? I'm eating Doritos. I'm sorry.
Of course he is. You know, I feel like a lot of this is just going to be me pausing the clip and just giggling for a second and moving on. But, I mean, it's just like, it's comedic timing like this that's just this, chef's kiss.
We are in a hotel room in Baltimore. That is my dad. Say hi, Dad. Hey, dudes.
Hey, dudes. Says the shirtless man flipping through the yellow pages, laying on their bed. I mean, come on. Come on. And the funny thing is, it's not even like, oh, fat people. It's more of the dynamic between these two, because I just, and maybe I just had an estranged childhood growing up, but me and my dad were friendly and loved each other. It's just like, I'm not filming him shirtless while I'm eating Doritos inside of our hotel room. I don't think that topic ever really came up in my relationship with him. But hey, to each their own. Let's not judge.
As tomorrow is the day I get to meet up with Jesse and John and possibly Kyle. Yeah, right. Not gonna happen.
I don't know why his dad's throwing so much shade about Nathan meeting up with some of his friends, you know? It's just like, unless he's skeptical, he could be. Maybe one of these guys is a little bit creepy. Maybe they're a little bit odd. Maybe they're a little bit insane in the membrane. Have you thought about that? I bet you haven't. Either way, it's just like an innocuous comment for no reason.
Good morning, everybody. Say hi, Dad.
This is the last image that a quarter pounder with cheese and extra bacon sees before it is completely eviscerated from planet Earth. It's just, oh, his dad is, he's powering through. He's trying his best here.
So... No.
I mean, come on. I have never done that to one of my parents out of fear of being dead. These videos would not continue if I acted in that way. It's just part of the problem, and you know, the reason why both these people have such bad habits like they do, and probably why he is so enamored with My Little Pony and trains, is probably a fact that his dad is too much of his friend and not too much of a disciplinarian. You know, it's like you have to set the boundaries between what's acceptable and what's not. And clearly if this was a friend, who cares? You know, it's all goofs and gags, but you have to show some sort of respect to your parent. And I'm not saying that Nathan is disrespectful. I'm just saying that the environment he's grown up in clearly shows that, oh, these two are best friends, so we're going to do best friend things to each other. And, you know, like, even there was a clip I watched of some video recently where he, like, they're talking about, like, whether or not they have ED. And it's like, dude, that's your kid. That's so weird to talk about. It's so odd. Like, I don't know. The whole dynamic is a little bit off.
I'm going to, because what's his face is back there. And, so
he's finally seeking his revenge. This is what Nathan gets from dragging him along to this godforsaken wasteland. Even though they haven't gone to the convention center once yet, they've just been in the room eating food, and that's about it. That's all we've seen. So maybe we'll finally get to go to the convention center soon.
oh well. Which means I have to stand there. Which means he has to stand there. And he doesn't even want to be here. Do ya?
I mean, clearly he doesn't want to be here, but I think part of it is, like, if you agree to go on this trip with your son, you shouldn't act all pissy and annoyed, because, like, I do that a lot, but not with I don't have any kids, but with, like, friends and girlfriend and stuff like that. Like, sometimes I'll look like a sourpuss and be upset because I don't want to do something that we're doing or whatever, and, like, that just brings the whole vibe down, and it could probably make, and I don't think it does, but it could have made Nathan feel really bad that he's, like, dragging his dad to go do stuff. And, you know, I'm grateful because I did travel sports my entire childhood. I'm super grateful that my dad didn't act like this, like, ever, because it would have made me feel so bad if he was traveling to different states and was pissing about it and just being all upset. So, do better.
There's a bus right there with the thing on it. I don't know. Or a Greyhound, apparently. Oh, look, there's another bus. What the f*** is with the whole buses?
Oh, this is the content we're getting. Instead of going to the convention, we're sitting here watching him complain about too many buses outside of their hotel and casino. I couldn't possibly try and rationalize why there would be such large modes of transportation to bring large groups of people somewhere. Surely doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, another mirror shot.
You know, for somebody that probably gets zero exercise ever, he's not too... I need to watch my words so that YouTube doesn't vanquish this video into the shadow realm. He's not as big as I thought he'd be. He's still big, but, like, as somebody who has been that big before, it can be much worse. It could be much worse. It should be much better, but it could be much worse. And with that final run, that was the last moment that we ever saw Nathan, because his heart just gave out from the first 20 feet of running he's done in the past 5 years. But either way, I mean, he's clearly going, like, stir crazy. He doesn't want to be inside here the entire time. But I'm about to shock your world. So this is not the first channel I've ever had. It's not the second channel I've ever had. It's not even the third channel I've ever had. That's right. At some point in the future, just maybe, I might go over some of those videos. But one of them I need the reference is I used to do these, like, parody videos of content I would watch. They're not very good, but they would essentially just take clips and I'd add music to them or funny sounds, you know, goofy type moments, but they suck. And I did one of Nathan's BronyCon adventure several years ago. Here's that edit.
It's just like a never-ending hallway. I'm the Jesse. Waiting for the midget. Are we doing this again? What? We're doing this again? Yes, we're doing this again. Doing this again? Yes, we are. You gotta do it. Fine, I'll do it. What's he doing? Come here.
Fortunately, there's another sad mother that had to come along with their child to this godforsaken place. We meet the two other main characters, Jesse and this other guy that they basically almost give a hate crime to. The Jesse guy consistently throughout this video gets so pissed off at Nathan for filming things. He doesn't want to be on camera. He doesn't want the camera in his face. Nathan doesn't care. He's here for the content, and for that, thank you.
Okay then.
Okay then. Okay then. In fairness, the light was turning yellow when he honked. So these people were clearly crossing illegally. You know? He was just trying to get on the news, maybe. You know, if that guy didn't hop out of the way onto the sidewalk, you think the bronies were gonna lash out? You think they're gonna get on all fours and do some donkey kicks? You think that was gonna happen? It might. It still could. He's not that far away. Horses run pretty fast. Let's see them gallop on all fours after him.
Nice.
So that's the decorum we get. They just left a restaurant and he's burping. I only wanted to include this clip because I myself have been to Baltimore before, and I actually really liked Baltimore. Now, I went when my school went to DC my 8th grade year. I can't remember the name of this ship. It's either like the US Constitution or something of the sort, but in the background, I believe that's the aquarium for Baltimore. And that aquarium is dope if you've never been. This entire like Bay Area is really sick. And I just wanted to get that on record that, hey, Baltimore might be slaughtering people nonstop every single day. It might be one of the worst places in all of America to live, but I have some fond memories there.
You guys the flourish, I got the
John bought us juice, right, Jesse?
You guys the vinyl.
No? John bought us juice.
We got juice. Juice!
So his name's John. I figured it out. I also saw that John has a dead mouse wallet, which, if that doesn't transport you back to 2014, I don't know what will. I want you to know that one of the first records, I guess CDs I ever bought for myself was the Dead Mouse album. I listened to because I liked Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. I think that's by Dead Mouse. If not, crucify me. That might be Skrillex, but there was a song by Dead Mouse I liked, and I was like, oh, I need to get the album. That song wasn't the first song on the album. I listened to the first song, never listened to Dead Mouse ever again. That's a true story. Take it to the bank.
You don't want Saber's autograph, I like to
They want to pick you.
I am not worthy.
Why not?
I have no idea.
What did I do?
Everything.
This guy scares me. I don't know what it is. It's like the lifeless facial expression. I don't like it. I think he's some sort of vlog content creator for My Little Pony. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to go search for him. It's not worth my time. But he scares me. It's people like this that I'm afraid of. I'm sure he's a perfectly fine dude, but ooh, I'm a little bit spooked.
It was at that moment where my camera broke. So that is the end of the BronyCon vlogs for now. There will be a photo montage and an update video with an aftermath video of what I've got and everything. So, hope you guys enjoyed and stay tuned.
Real crime that his camera broke on like day 2. I don't know how long he's supposed to be there. He had it marked on his calendar early on. That was like a week or something, or like 5 days. So it's like, we missed out on some primo content. It's really disappointing. But either way, like Nathan said, I hope you enjoyed this video. The journey ends here. Let me know if you have any interest in me keeping up with this guy. So he doesn't really do vlogs all that much anymore, but I can react to some of his older stuff because there's still some gems in there, like I said. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.
You guys, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good night.